It's been at least a couple months now, right? Um, since April, right? Yeah, it's been 3 whole months, over 3 months, since I have recorded a Homestuck video. For you, this is probably not really going to feel that jarring because I'll have pretty much just uploaded the last Homestuck video, but for me, this is weird. A lot has changed. I have kept up with the news posts myself, but I just haven't recorded them because I figured I could get them all out of the way now while I was recording for whatever the next update was. I didn't even expect it to be out right now. I expected to wait at least like another week or so before we found an update, or before we got another update, but nope. End of July, they just dropped a surprise one on us, I guess. So this is going to be a pretty lengthy intro here because, like I said, there has been some news posts. There is a bit of a change in the way I'm going about recording these, and I'm going to go over all of that. So I'm going to absolutely make sure I leave a timestamp to let you know where the actual reading of the update starts, if that's what you care about. So, what do I mean by I'm going to change the way I'm doing this? Well, up until this point, or at least up until this point, with the current Beyond Canon run, I have been recording for every single update, or recording and uploading for every single update, I should say. Every update has been given its own video, other than the Vriska visual novel, because that was just a weird format that required specialized editing, but most of the time it's been one update per month. So I read that update and then that's what the video is. But they announced that they're slightly changing the way they're doing updates. They're going to try and go for a bit more of an old school format where there are multiple updates in a month. I don't know what this means yet. I don't know if it means they're going back to 2 a month or even more. I don't know if they're going to be really going back to getting kind of a mini update every week. That would be awesome. But what that means is I'm not entirely sure how that is going to affect the format of these videos. So to account for that, with the general knowledge that we are going to get multiple updates in a month, I am going to be recording all of them and then uploading them for that month. AKA, say, 3 updates and 4 news posts come out in October. I'm going to just record all of those when they come out, and then at the end of October, compile them all together. This is the Homestuck video for October. I think that's probably the most consistent way to do it. That way there's at least some sort of structure, even though I'm not entirely sure how the updates are going to roll out in real time. Now that we have that out of the way, let's scroll through and read everything that has happened since I last checked in with you. It's kind of a lot. So, first of all, we have an update post, or rather a news post, from April 24th, 2015. We're really back in the peak of Homestuck. Okay. Of Plushies and Pauses by James. Hi, James here. We had planned to announce the John and Vriska makeshift plush campaigns here and make a whole big deal out of it, but before we could even announce, it was funded. If you're looking to get one for yourself, check it out here. I'm currently sitting in an art dev meeting for Act 2 of Beyond Canon. I'm very excited for you to see these characters. This brings me to my next point. After a huge flash and several very art-intense updates, we'll finally be taking our long-awaited production break. The plan is to take a few short months to finish asset production on Act 2's first few updates, an intermission update, and build up a buffer again. Since we'd like to start updating a little more often with smaller batches for pacing reasons, I'd like to give the artists some time to recuperate. In the meantime, we'll have some fun things planned. some streams, and business as usual on the Patreon. We'll also be adding some previews and updates, sneak peeks for patrons, as well as doing a handful of giveaways, so keep an eye on. There will be some more makeshift drops too, in theory all in pairs every few months. The next pair is in development as we speak. Alright, thanks for reading, see you next time. So, me and my girlfriend have been just getting like every single makeshift drop that has been happening, because they're all just so cute. So obviously we got the John and Frisco ones, and we also got the next ones that were announced. So this news post even says they're building up a buffer of updates, and then they plan to start releasing them in smaller batches, which is what made me start thinking about how I'm going to affect the format of these videos in the first place. So there's that. Next one, we have July 1st, 2025, and this is kind of the big one. In prep for Act 2. So we have James saying, "Hi guys, James here. I'm going to start us off with a pretty big announcement. I am stepping down from my position on Homestuck. I've been working on Homestuck stuff for over a decade, and in that time, there have been a lot of highs and lows, but it's been a great ride. This isn't a decision made lightly, but in short, I've decided to step back to ease up, take more time for myself, and look after my health. Effectively, this will include Beyond Canon, HiveSwap, and any of the handful of other projects I was involved in. I apologize that this is so sudden, and I understand there will probably be some questions, but I'd like to be allowed a little privacy during this time. All future Homestuck official correspondence, licensing inquiries, or other communications can be directed towards the current team. I've already pulled back creatively for some time now in preparation for this transition, and I have faith in the team to take it from here. I'm really grateful for the time we spent together and proud to have been part of this for so long. Handing it off to Miles now." So that is like really massive news, right? That's a big deal. James, since Beyond Canon has returned, has been helming the ship. He has been the creative director, and in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion, doing a very good job of it. Doing a really good job, not just with, managing the team themselves, but also the community. He's done a really excellent job of kind of just being normal, just like talking to people, answering people's questions, keeping a dialogue going with the fan base. It's been really awesome having James on board. So it's very disappointing to know that that won't be the case anymore. Now, I don't even want to entertain anything about the reasons or anything like that. It's clearly personal, private. That's fine. I'm more so just thinking about the comic ramifications of this, and I hope that it doesn't spell anything bad. Although I will say I think I don't think that's a worry that's really founded. I think this whole team, if you've paid attention, I think this whole team has collaboratively been very effective working together. And although James was the director, I don't think you could ever say that he was the only one keeping this together and now it's just in shambles. I think they were all part of it, and it's going to be a big loss to lose him, but I also feel the others are absolutely competent enough to, still release some good shit. In particular, Kim was already the art director, I believe, and he has drawn some of my favorite panels in all of Beyond Canon and all of Homestuck in general. His art is genuinely so just striking and excellent, and having that person as one of the new people, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but having that as one of the new people heading this thing does give me a sense of hope that things will continue being pretty awesome. But, all that being said, I do still think it sucks to lose James. He was really cool. He seemed like a cool dude, and I appreciated getting to read his news posts and shit. So I guess good luck to him in any future endeavors. So the next person we have is Miles. Hey all. First of all, I want to thank James immensely for all the work he's done for Homestuck over the years. He's left some pretty huge shoes to fill. That said, I'm nervous yet proud to announce that Kim and I are going to be stepping up as co-directors for Homestuck Beyond Canon from here on out, which I guess means each of us only has to fill one shoe. I'll try not to waste too much time grandstanding here because there's much more good stuff to get to, but I do want to say on a personal note that this is a truly tremendous honor, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity, both to the team and towards the incredible fans and patrons who read and support what it is we're doing here. There is so much more in the pipeline, and I'm beyond excited, beyond grateful, and beyond honored to be able to help steer Beyond Canon. I'll stop saying beyond now, but seriously, guys, I'm so proud of what we've done together and what we're gonna continue to do. Kim, anything to add? And Kim says, hello everyone, you may already be familiar with me as Homestuck Beyond Canon's art director, and now I'm honored to reintroduce myself as a co-director with Miles. Since the beginning of the project, I've already been working hard to make this production run as smoothly as possible for the team and to successfully get this comic out to you guys. With my prior experience managing and directing other collaborative projects, Miles and the team felt it was fitting that I would join alongside him here in this role as support. But don't worry, I'll still be working hard as your art director too. I'll do my best to make sure everything continues to still be in tip-top shape, and I'm looking forward to this new chapter in both the story and our community as a whole. Let's work hard together. Miles again. Someone shut this guy up. But seriously, pretty awesome words from a pretty awesome co-director. At the end of the day, though, you guys didn't come here to hear us talk about directors. You're here to hear us talk about Homestuck. It's been 2 months. But there's a whole hell of a lot of work happening behind the scenes, and we're so happy to get back in your ears and on your newsfeed. A lot to cover on this one, so let's get right to it and start with the big question. Are we ever going to come back? No. Okay, I lied. We're actually going to be resuming updates in August. The team has been working hard at work during our hiatus. Actually, nobody ever bothered to come up with a name for this pause, so I guess it's just been a pause. At any rate, the pause is getting unpaused next month, and as I said, we've been hard at working, cooking up a real Homestuck feast for you guys in the HICU kitchen. Might even be a few sneak peeks up on the Patreon soon. A whole new arc, a whole new act, new adventures, new flashes, maybe even some new friends. I look forward to potentially meeting Gavage Cunctation. There's a lot of new on the horizon, and we can't wait to share that new with you. In addition to the imminent return to live updates, there's another big project coming soon. I can't say too much about it yet, but soon means soon. Next month soon. I, for one, am really excited to see when it comes to fruition. This is something we've been working on for a while, and I'm going to be so stoked when everyone finally gets to see it. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What are they talking about? I guess I'll see this month, but new merch, I don't know. Big project that they've been working on for a while makes it sound like it's like, I don't even know. I don't know what it could be. I guess they could be talking about like something for like Hive Swap Act 3. I don't know. No clue. We'll just have to see. While we're on the subject of other non-comic Homestuck stuff, I wanted to take some time to address the Homestuck website, which has fallen into a deep and peaceful slumber. I wouldn't call it peaceful. It seems like it's in fucking agony. That slumber is bullshit because the website's job is to be awake so we can all go read our favorite webcomic and laugh at the antics of the main characters, Fedora Freak, the Soup Nacodiles from Ly'lac, and of course Gamzee. I'm happy to announce we should hopefully be operational again pretty soon, so please stay tuned for that, and we'll keep you updated when it's finally back up and running. That makes me wonder, it's a big project, and they mentioned the website. There were a lot of rumors kind of floating around that they were going to work with the unofficial collection guys to make like an official collection. So I wonder if that's also what this could maybe be. I don't know. Anything else? Well, yes. More than a few very cool things, but nothing else I can talk about right now. But soon. Soon for sure. Hey, what the fuck? Well, whatever. Not like this is going to be anything worth paying attention to in 2 weeks or anything. So these are the other two little fuckers that I have just recently purchased. Anyway, monthly check-in July 2025. This was on July 16th of 2025. Hey everybody, Miles here yet again. How have you all been? Excited? Forgot we existed already? That's all good. We're still chugging along in the background, ready to pounce when you least expect it. Except we did tell you that we did tell you when that was going to happen, but we're still ready. First of all, just want to check in and say we hope you're ready to pick up Solix and Aradia after that lovely video of their picnic. They've been bugging me for months, and now they're stuck at the park and running out of chicken drumsticks, and I need them out of my life prontissimo, so please, please take them away. I can't bear to look at them a moment longer. I beg you. Here, click these. I did. I clicked them. I bought them. They should be on their way any day now. I also see John's and Vriska's have been showing up, so we apologize in advance for all the chaos they're going to get up to. We begged them to behave, but I can't say either of them were particularly inclined to listen. But I know that with a little love and care, they can change their ways. Or you can encourage them to stay exactly the same. That's really on you. There's much else I could say, but what's a few more weeks of anticipation? Soon you'll see. Soon you'll all see. And today is the day that we see, I guess. So the day I'm recording this is fuck is after July, August. It's August 1st. So yesterday was this update, which is labeled intermission. Crazy, because I thought the addendum was going to like take the place of the intermissions, but I guess we also have an intermission. So the update we're reading today is from July 31st of 2025. It is pages 774 to 797. Let's do it. That's I did see this. This was like the thumbnail when they posted this on social. And I was like, what the fuck? So this is, wait, is this Jack Noir or is this Diamond Stroke? This is Jack Noir, right? I think so. Hours in the past. Moon? Looks like a croc or something. We have the felt. Are we gonna see fucking Jaspro's sprite and Jane's whole thing, maybe? I really want to know what the fuck is up with that. Alright. Another mission gone horribly awry. Who'd have guessed? Well, everybody in hindsight. Whose bright idea was it to let any of these idiots try their hands at engineering? You're surprised the damn thing even fired. The moon laser. You've all been under new management for 20-odd years, and not one of you has gotten an ounce smarter. You'd think all this free time might represent a chance to better yourselves, maybe pick up some hobbies, but you're starting to suspect you aren't built for that. This is a team of goons. They aren't built for engineering, or white-collar crimes, or gerrymandering. They're built for fucking gooning. Jail. Jail. That was good. To top it off, not a single member of this sorry circuit has croaked in what feels like forever. Things used to be exciting. You all used to drop like flies on the daily and then come back nightly like a dinner your stomach didn't agree with. I can't remember any of their names. I wish I could. I think this big guy is oh god, what are their names? There's like Crowbar, there's Matchbox, There's eggs. Is it eggs and biscuits? Fucking, I don't remember like any of them, like which ones they are. I'm sure some people absolutely do, but that is one group of characters I did not internalize up in here. You come back nightly like a dinner your stomach didn't agree with. You miss those days when everyone died all the time. The new boss took all the guns, all the jujus too. You've taken to carrying around a normal crowbar just to feel something, but it isn't the same. All she left your outfit was this giant laser, and you weren't allowed to point it at each other. And now it's busted. Maybe that's why the big lady downstairs even let you make that oversized oven, because it's stupid garbage. Dames always know how to play suckers like you. You know how it is with dames. So I guess this is probably crowbar then. Okay, Foxworthy clock. Croca-Cola, of course, is what you'd say if you knew more dames than you could count on one hand, which isn't many when you only have 4 fingers. You miss the old boss, too. Not that working for him wasn't a royal pain in the ass, the guy was a certifiable lunatic, but at least shit was shaking when he was around. It was a good couple eternities. It feels like all you are still waiting for some kind of reset now, a chance out of this lunar lockdown. It'd be great to have a fresh shot at it all again, to get back to what actually matters. Scheming and plundering and general mayhem, business as usual. Remember heists? Snowman used to love heists. You miss Snowman. You even miss time travel. You ask the clock if it's lost its damn mind. It doesn't answer on account of being a clock. Typical. Time travel is terrible. You miss back when you thought you had choices, even though deep down you always knew better. That's the problem with time travel. You never really get to choose. The only choice is to live or die. Wait, what is the fucking Ron Swanson in the background? This whole place is just decorated like Jane's room. What the fuck? Fuck this. You're putting in your 2 weeks notice. You've wasted the greenest years of your life on these goddamn bums. These goddamn bums. You want something new, something different. Oh, wait, what is... Where are they going here? What is this purple... I don't know. And that's the dead, like, Bec Noir bot. Oh. Oh god. Fucking leprechaun romance. See, this is exactly what you're talking about. Amorous little creep has nothing better to do now. But it's gonna be a hot day on the moon before you let any amount of existential ennui drag you to that level. This insatiable pervert might have danced his way into the rest of the boys' reach-me-downs, but you'll never give him the satisfaction. You've been avoiding this kind of workplace entanglement for countless lifetimes. You can't break now. Unless... Why is he specifically drawn like a fucking yaoi boy? Ooh. Ooh. He's blushing. You get the hell out of there. Got his weapons item. I like that it's older Michael Cera. That's funny. I think anyway. I'm pretty sure that's like that's not like the Michael Cera of like Scott Pilgrim era, like 2009. That's like after he kind of stopped acting for a while. What's he doing? Jeez, this place is bigger than you remember. Admittedly, you try not to spend too much time wandering around. The colors are all wrong. Too easy on the eyes. Feel like you've been schlepping for ages, though. Shouldn't you be outside by now? Hey, what the hell's this? Curtain? What? What happened? What is this? What is going on? That's not how Homestuck. That's not how This is like a regular what is this? What is this? What is happening? The show's not over yet, folks, not by a long shot. For the Tana, what are you doing here? For those just tuning in, you're in time for another special segment. What? Is that Nevada? Okay. What do you mean? But okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may know this next guest as Mr. Seven himself, the third man in charge. Please welcome...
Oh. Huh? What is happening?
Seems like someone missed his cue. No need to be embarrassed, though. Everyone has been so excited to meet you, Crowbar.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Why are there so many Nepetas? What is happening? What is going on?
You aren't too sure if the sentiment is returned. Who the fuck are these dames?
Uh-oh. You aren't too sure if the sentiment is returned. Who the fuck are these dames? How do they know your name? No one is supposed to know your name.
Don't worry. All answers will come in due time. Now get that rump over here. Let's chat.
Huh? What the fuck is going on? Chat? You're not a chatting man. You're a man of contracts, unasked questions, and whacking guys off. Don't say that. Don't say that. They are built for gooning.
Oops. I'm sensing some animosity. Hello, Mr. Gamby. Would you mind giving our friend a hand to his seat? Thank you, my darling co-host. Our esteemed guest hasn't been told the rules yet. We'll get to that part later, too. For now, make yourselves comfortable, and welcome to...
Fanuntinum. How do I pronounce this? Fanuntinuum. Okay, that makes more sense. Welcome to the Fanuntinuum. That was rough.
What is this? But first, a word from our sponsors.
End intermission. What is happening? What is going on? This is crazy. Out of any of the things that I would have expected to happen next, this was nowhere on that list. I don't even know what to make of this. It's... Okay, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of a sucker for, like, format breaking stuff. So the fact that they just threw in, like, like a regular kind of, like, comic format and is filled with these all these Nepetas and like a weird Gamzee-like troll. Where is this? What is this? This is so weird. What in the world? I love this. I don't know what's going on, but I love it. No plot development, nothing in the which is fine, you know, it's an intermission. I don't know where this is gonna go, though. Is this like a real part of the story, or is this like just like a Paradox Space style like extra stuff? I don't know. I don't know what's even going on. If this actually comes into play, that'll be insane. This is just like this is completely out of left field. Nepeda's here, I guess. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm sorry. What a fucking trip. Well, I didn't expect to be back so soon after the last one, but it is literally the day after my last recording, and we already have a new update and a new news post. I don't know if this is like the pace it's going to be going from this point forward. If so, that would be fucking wild. But I'm assuming it won't be. I'm gonna guess that was just kind of a big 2 updates in a row. But maybe now it'll slow back down a little bit. Otherwise, we're gonna be getting bombarded with updates, and I don't see that being the case. So we're gonna go ahead and read this update from August 1st of 2025, and then read the news post that came along with it today on the 2nd. And I will say I don't really know almost anything about the update, but I did not manage to avoid everything from the news post because it was pretty much impossible to avoid that a certain forum is making a return. So that's really cool. We'll get to that later. But for now, let's just get into this very exciting update, which is the beginning of Act 2, pages 798 to 819. Let's do it. Act 2. And we're somewhere. We are, looks like maybe on Deltritus, which would make sense. Is this going to be like the Alternia Act 5, Act 1, but the Deltritus equivalent? Is that what this Act 2 is going to be? Oh God, what the hell happened here? Can we rewind a bit? So what do we have here? Little feet. A candle, a bomb. Oh, is this Gavage Connotation? They had the bomb motif going on. TC, and there's looks like an apple with arrows. Interesting. That looks like a Till Death manual, but it could be something else. Hours in the past, but not many. Oh, hello there. What am I looking at here? Oh, what was that? What was that little tongue? That looks like a squiddle. What? It's like grimdark squiddle. Ah, there we go. A young nymph stands in her recluse hollow. It just so happens that today is the day her grand metamorphosis begins, colloquially known as a morph day. Well, supposedly. Though it was several hundred title turns ago she was given life, it was still several hundred title turns ago she was given a name. The specific grouping of these thousands of title turns would be equivalent to 15 Earth years. She may have already been named, but it'd be a shame not to type it up again for old time's sake. So, what is the year equivalent here? The specific grouping of these thousands of title turns would be equivalent to 15 Earth years. So, okay. Nymph. That's our new race. That's the Deltritan species. Interesting. Ly'lac and slime. Of the final applause. Your name is Ly'lac. Oh, you've hidden your last name with an epitaphic hex. Dope. I guess you go by Ly'lac. Of the final applause. It's been a while since you've done this properly. Okay, one more time. Oh shit, here we go again. Alright, let's see. You are known as Ly'lac of the final applause. As was previously mentioned, it is your morph day. I'm gonna go back over this picture after we read this. Though you are pretty much over it already. You tend to get over things pretty quickly. It's not like you've got much time left anyway. Whatever that means. That is till death, by the way. See the logo. Coinciding with this lack of time, you've taken up a few interests, but a large variety of distractions. First and foremost amongst them, ancient satirical thermal weaponry. You have found a particular fondness for their explosive properties. As an amateur alchemist, you found you can make pretty much anything into a bomb if you put your upper organ on to it, and often when you don't, you consider yourself a connoisseur of the epileptic scroll cells. Epileptic scroll cells. Cartoons? Cartoons. An incredible art form known to laymen as cartoons. Okay, I just read the next sentence. Though many would leer at your personal selection of Gracie-era animated avant-garde comedies, they are nonetheless your favorites. The opinions of others don't really get you down. Those cartoons make you feel something, and that means it's art, and you've long held that art is cinema. You've also taken up to gardening lately, though somewhat predictably your talents lie more towards the ending of things. Your friends tell you that you have something of a black thumb. Speaking of friends, you have a small but dear cadre of them that you have been completely ignoring for the past few hours. To this end, you have not been using your somewhat complex, mystically enhanced chat client, which is called Naglink. That's good. Your nag tag is currently Gavage Contation, and you find yourself easily distracted, because unfortunately, the wonders of your world largely underwhelm you. You are also cursed, but who isn't these days? What else is in this film? Obviously, the cartoon posters. Cow and tuna. Cat dog. Why is it cow and tuna instead of cow and chicken? I see some alchemy stuff. All right. Lots of slime. Lots and lots of slime. What was the... an epitaphic hex? Some green stone. Looks like... What the fuck is this PC? Got a shelf PC and a monitor hanging from the ceiling. A clamshell bed. Some dead flowers. Looks like a package with TC on it, I think. And some bombs. Lots of explosives. Gotcha. Ly'lac, retrieve arms from mysterious shell. You've got plenty of arms already right here and all around you. Oh my god. Okay. It does say TC. They can just do this? This species can just fucking do this? Okay. Noted. Doing that actually kind of feels weird, so you probably won't do it again, ever. Okay. Good to know. Except for dire circumstances. I'm assuming that's gonna come back for A, a really important moment, B, a really stupid bit. Those are the only two options. Writhe like a flagellum and puke in your shell. Aren't you a little early? That aside, you already did that, numbnuts. Now the caretaker's gonna have to clean it all up. Or you could, but you won't. You turn away from your Isola shell in shame. Sorry, caretaker. Caretaker? We had Guardian, we had Lucis. Caretaker. Are the caretakers literally just squiddles? Just like eldritch squiddles? Ly'lac, pick up a bomb. You pick up a classic cartoon bomb from your trusty arsenal, which is more or less just sort of a haphazard pile of explosives. What a comfort. This feels right. I like this cabinet that looks like a coffin. Ly'lac, take bomb. Captulogged. Oh, time-based Sylladex? You capture-log the cartoon bomb. Its card is now primed. Later, if you want to retrieve it, you will have to complete the defuse sequence to successfully retrieve the item without detonating the card. In this case, this would detonate the cartoon bomb as well, setting off a chain reaction of slapstick explosions. This methodology applies for all items capture-logged by this mode, it's not just literal bombs. It goes without saying that this causes problems. So what else we got in here? Jar of slime, obviously. Never leave the house without it. Keyboard. I don't know what the fuck these are. That looks like a watering can. These, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like a fucking nebula. And that looks like, I don't even know what. I can't tell what that even is. So you prime it, and then when you want to retrieve it, you have this amount of time to do a diffusal sequence to actually get it. Getting real creative with these capture logs or fetch modi. Ly'lac, throw bomb. Bomb kind. In your room? That's a terrible idea. Instead, you slot the cartoon bomb into your bomb kind strife deck, then responsibly chuck it out the window, where it's safe. Ly'lac, fondly regard poster. Catfish, dogfish. Oh, I see. Everything is fucking fish themed. You have a variety of scrolls on your walls depicting some of your all-time favorite cartoons. This one here is Catfish, Dogfish. It's pretty much just what it says on the tin. Conjoined twins of two different species of fish. They're opposites, but they're still sisters through thick and thin. Mostly thick. Or thin? Which one is the bad one? The show itself is always under scrutiny from naysaying aesthets of lesser ability. They say its title is hard to pronounce. They say its characters are largely unlikable and the circumstances of their birth implausible. They don't get it. Nobody gets it. It's art. Okay. Ly'lac, check notification. Touchscreen? What? It's like shocking the PC up here. You would, but you get too distracted examining your setup instead. Assembled from high-quality trash you found on the beach. It's tried to die on you so many times you've lost count. It has a resting BPM of 200. You often wake to the moaning and wailing of fans in its aching obsidian tower when it turns on in the middle of the night for seemingly no reason. That's fucking relatable. Sometimes the screen blackens during regular use for several minutes. It is your pride and joy. Your buddy TC has been trying to get you to upgrade for years. Oh, so that's who the present's from. You probably should, but you're just too attached to this dilapidated piece of shit. Honestly, if you build something too good, you'd start to feel bad about mistreating it. He's also suggested you at least handle it a little more gently, maybe keep it a little farther away from the explosives, but you can only do so much. Ly'lac, marvel over your vivacious botanical triumphs. Wow. So amazing. Okay. A couple of your friends keep sending you these for some reason. They've sent you a lot of plants over the turns. You may have to ask one of them to send another. You think you can do it right this time. Ly'lac, open present. It's a mechanical lotus. Your friend TC sent this over after the first couple specimens perished due to mysterious neglect adjacent phenomena. Mysterious neglect adjacent phenomena. A plant that you can't even kill, that even you can't kill. That's actually pretty cool. You need to make sure you take extra special care of this one. Ly'lac, water, mechanical lotus. Are you going to immediately break it? Fuck everything. Ly'lac, explain slime situation. You're not in the mood to talk about that right now. Someone destroyed your precious mechanical lotus. You might never be okay. Whoever did this could be lurking nearby. Ly'lac, equip all bombs. That's just a straight up rocket. Excellent suggestion. It never hurts to be prepared to blow something to smithereens for no reason. That's the sort of go-get-em attitude that's landed you on quite a few lists. A small price to pay for peace of mind. Unfortunately, your mind knows no such peace. TC usually knows what to say during times like these. Ly'lac, open Naglink. I like that. What are these, like, Word like text documents? They look like fucking stone tablets. Just a bunch of bombs. Naglink. K.os. That's the same symbol that was on the poster on the wall somewhere. Where's it at? Yeah, over by the desk. Chaos. Is that K.os? I wonder if that's just the operating system or what. What's this little Seth? Is that a virtual assistant? And then you have Orb, which is probably either Chaos or Orb is the browser. And then Naglink, file, Nagagle, schemes, defer, Gavage Contation, status, I don't know. Augury aside is offline. Cloistered Connoisseur is online. Tinnitus Chakra is online. Theme by CC. Cloistered Connoisseur. Theme made. Beastus Punch, says CC. Okay, that's fun. Okay, so we got Tinnitus Chakra, TC. We got Augury aside, AA, and Cloistered Connoisseur. Connoisseur, CC. Oh no, here she goes again. It is really not the time for her brand of bullfish shit right now. Oh, see ya. Is this Rocky and Bullwinkle? Ly'lac, stop messing around and read some messages. Oh, fancy. I like the X buttons just being bombs. Hazelog is crazy. Okay. Tinnitus Chakra, TC, began hazing Gavage Cunctation, GC. Oh boy. I'm gonna have a whole new fucking cast to figure out voices for. Alright, let's see. What's the vibe here? I gotta grab the vibe. Yo, Ly'lac, Lack Attack. I'd be lying if I said I never caught you lacking. But that's chill. It's neither here nor there. Anyway, happy Morph Day, bro. I sent over a couple goodies, and luckily the drones didn't even get intercepted this time around. But more importantly, the game's done. Surprise! Had to munch down some crunch to get it all cleaned up in time for your big day, but it's nothing a little tactical Intendoctrine tweakage couldn't smooth over. Sherb is ready to rock. Oh man, I'm just so stoked we actually did this. Blows my brain stem that it's actually been over a lap since we met. So many good times. And all thanks to some enigmatic tech CT tripped over in a cavern or whatever the fuck. I know you aren't always super big on the lower mysteries, but when you responded to my crossnet unique, I didn't just gain an indispensably critical consultant for this project, but like a true ass friend. Oh, damn, speaking of which, I already went ahead and remotely installed a little dorm brew tech onto that dilapidated piece of shit computer of yours. It's called Chaos. Oops, fuck. Chaos. Wait, what's different here? Oh. It's trying to do like HTML tags. It's called Chaos. Oops, fuck. Chaos. Bro, LOL. Chaos. Should solve a lot of the weird othernet and spatiotemporal disconfoculations we've been dealing with while trying to integrate all our separate chat clients, and you should be able to hook up your Nagling account no problemo. Plus, you already know that shit is Sherb compatible. Even got the architecture for the team group chat all set up, so when you're feeling up to it, you should hop on in so we can get this Amuse cruise going. I'm gonna pop a couple of chillatonins and get some last minute net sesh tweaks set up now, but drop me a line ASAP. Tinnitus Chakra set his vibe to chilling. Wait, actually, hold on. Tinnitus Chakra set his vibe to vibing. Fuck yes. Vibal precision. Tinnitus Chakra is now an idle bro. Wait. Bro, I am actually not entirely sure that vibing is the vibe at all. I mean, to be clear, I'm for sure vibing. But vis-a-vis the question of, am I chill to be starting impromptu convos with any old rando? The answer is a resounding fuck no, ski. Do you think folks get the nuance of like, I'm vibing, but in a productive way, and I got major maneuvers going on, so I'd rather you didn't shoot through unless it was urgent, lest you throw off my groove? I'm just gonna assume it's obvious. Anyway, get online and hit me up soon, silly Philly. I have a feeling today is going to be a pretty cool day. Hope you liked your present. Oh, right. The game. That dreaded game. Recently, the mere mention of it triggers a major Bible nosedive and vaguely reminds you of the prophecy foretold regarding your birth. Something about a global calamity, the great loss, or whatever. You don't remember the specifics, but seems pretty awful. To be fair, though, pretty much every nymph prophecy is about some calamity or other. Nymphs sure do love a good calamity. Man, it sucks that all prophecies must come true. So, nymph prophecies, obviously, like, any of their sort of, like, world lore or, like, mythology in this world will have been designed by Dirk. And maybe Rose, but mostly Dirk. So, I guess, I don't know. Well, I'm trying to think of like what some of these things, like the great loss, like what could that refer to? Is it something we already know about, or is it a new event? Global calamity, the great loss. Man, sucks that all prophecies must come true. And that's the update. Wow. Yeah. So I'm guessing that Act 2 is gonna be our little introduction to current day Deltritus, like post time skip Deltritus. It's gonna be our troll act for this arc of the comic. Interesting. Well, I like this design a lot. I like this little nymph. I guess that's what they are. I was about to say this troll, but this nymph. I like them. And we got to meet TC. Pretty dense introduction, I would say. There was a lot of new information dropped, a lot of like subtle but very useful information about this world. And I love, where is it? These shots. I always love when you get a character introduction and the room is just filled with like stuff to analyze that lets you like learn stuff about either the world or this character and their interests and their personality and stuff. This did a very good job of that. I think this fits right in, feels just like I would expect a Homestuck character introduction to, but fits right in with the new tone of Beyond Canon and of the new planet we're setting up. So I'm just very happy with this update. I think it was a really great start to Act 2, and I can't wait to see some of the things other people are saying about it. Maybe some like theories or whatever people have been able to pick out of this. But this was great. So, that out of the way, let's go and look at this pretty gargantuan news post from today, August 2nd of 2025. It's called Act 2, New Frontiers, and More.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Miles here. Happy to announce that we are so back. Not one, but 2 updates in a 24-hour period. Oh, how we spoil you. As delighted and confused and trepidatiously anticipatorily intrigued as you all must certainly be, know that we're right there with you as we christen and launch Act 2. I can't lie, this is a moment we've been waiting for like 2 years. Holy fuck, it feels surreal to finally be here, but damn if it doesn't also feel amazing. I'm buzzing, the team is buzzing, I'd like to believe you guys are buzzing. How are you liking our new friend Ly'lac? Do her antics not amuse and inspire you? Does her demeanor not charm and intrigue you? Give her a chance and I think you'll come to agree that she is a nautical delight. And there's so much more to do. We're going to be updating at least twice a month for now, perhaps more as we get back into the groove of being live, so that we do more of the much to do more quickly. Can you believe they let me write this thing? I was going to say that was a fucking sentence and a half to try and read correctly. Okay, so that kind of answers my question. Yes, twice a month at minimum, but maybe more than that. So I think it was probably a good idea for me to decide to go into like clumping updates from a month into one video. That sounds like it's probably going to be my most consistent option, so that's good to know. Anyway, as much as I could rant forever about Act 2, I do that all the time, pacing the halls of my apartment building like some kind of incredibly nerdy banshee whispering sweet nothings to nobody because it's all spoilers. So let's move on to some other exciting stuff I can tell people, including a few things we've been teasing for a bit now. First of all, let's talk about the Fruity Rumpus Asshole Factory, which you may have seen featured on our socials. I'll start by linking to their much more robust About page here. Yeah, this is what I just like couldn't avoid seeing about. I'm sure you're all wondering about it, but to sum it up, FRAF, FRAF, is a fanwork collective working in tandem with Homestuck and WhatPumpkin, and to a pretty limited extent, the HICU, to platform Homestuck fanworks, allow them to license and monetize, and hopefully promote all sorts of cross-project creativity in the Homestuck fandom. It's just now launching, and I expect it to grow and change a lot in the coming months and years as other fanworks join the league of Fraffiliates in their beautiful new experiment. But it'll be a pretty great time and maybe even a new frontier for Homestuck fanwork cross-pollination, and I'm super excited to see what they get up to. Oh, and also Fraff bought the forums back, so I better see you all on there. You can read more on their site, so hustle on over right now. That's the only part that I heard about. I didn't know it was also like just a general place for like fanworks and stuff to be posted and monetized. That's really interesting and kind of awesome. What else? Other updates. The Homestuck website is still chugging along. Nearly done, in fact. I feel like we've been for like 7 or 8 months now being like, it's getting there. But okay, nearly done. The comic we all know and love, available to be read on the World Wide Web once more. Brings a tear to the eye. Brings a lot of tears to the eye. The process of fixing this stupid thing has brought tears to the eyes. Anyway, we'll be sure to let everyone know as soon as it's up. I jest, but to be clear, like I have said before, I'm sure like I saw some posts from their like lead like web developer about some of the stupid shit they were finding in there about like how Viz redesigned and like implemented stuff into the website, and it did seem like kind of an absolute nightmare to deal with. So like I can't really judge that harshly because oh my god, yeah, that trying to bust that shit open and just like fix it from the ground up sounds nightmarish. So I'm just happy we're almost there. Another thing I want to mention is that I've seen a lot of murmuring about the state of Hiveswap and some worry that it's not happening anymore because there haven't been updates in a while, which is like fair. So I wanted to take a bit of time here to emphasize to you guys that not only is Hiveswap still happening, but I know it's still happening because I've been doing some work on it myself, and I'm actually super stoked to show you guys more soon. Maybe at a certain con. Oh, you're going to show it off at SawCon. Few other things. We hope you guys liked the last round of plushies. We got more on the way someday, as well as a few other bits of fun merch we've been exploring. Some people we've been working with in the background, other such mysterious machinations. There's still more crazy fun shit coming down the pipeline very, very soon, but as always, I'm going to have to shut my mouth and wiggle my eyebrows at you until I can say more, which to be clear, I'm aware is maybe getting kind of infuriating. I can't help myself. Anyway, I think that's all I can say without overstaying my welcome, like I do literally every time I start ranting in one of these news posts. From me and the entire HSBC team, I just want to say once again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and stick around because we have such sights to show you. I don't like the way that came across like a fucking Hellraiser character. I am hoping for some actual Beyond Canon merch, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, I want everybody to be fed. And I know some people only really care about like original Homestuck, so like that's kind of that's the biggest priority. But like it would be pretty cool to be able to rep some like new shit, you know? Some of the new designs or new characters having merch would just be, I don't know, just really, really cool to see. Some people we've been working with in the background. I do know that I think in I don't know, sometime in the last few months they mentioned maybe trying to get like an actual music team working again, like trying to get a new album out, getting some actual new music rather than just using the stuff that was already in the archives. So I don't know if that's necessarily what they're talking about, but I hope that that's something that is like being developed, because I think Homestuck music is so fucking peak, and the people who make it and have historically made it are just always make good shit. So I don't know. I'm always hoping for some new Homestuck music announcement. I am gonna go check out the Fruity Rumpus website and probably make an account there. So I'll probably see some of you over there. But for now, I'm going to get out of here. This video is probably going to continue because I doubt this is the last video I'm going to record for the month. But for now, I will see you later. All right, back with some more Homestuck. This should be the last section of the August 2025 video, because today we have an update from August 15th of 2025, which is pages 820 to 834. And before we begin, wow, there's been a lot happening recently in this fandom. I would be remiss if I did not mention the unofficial collection situation that happened, which, to give a very brief TLDR, devs of the unofficial collection were contacted by the official Homestuck team and They were in negotiations for bringing the devs onto the team to make official stuff relating to the collection. Things got kind of messy pretty fast, slowly deteriorated. Legal threats started happening. Everything fell apart. Unofficial collection dev posts a big blog post talking about the bad experience. People on the team post things talking about how actually, whatever. The point is, this situation seems kind of complicated and extremely messy, and I would recommend, if you have any interest in actually knowing like the full scope of things, to go and research it yourself and look at all of the posts that have been made by all the like parties involved. But I'm not gonna like get into it because I'm not I'm not gonna turn myself into a fucking Homestuck drama channel. I think I'd rather kill myself. But I just felt like, it would feel a little weird to start this while a bunch of other stuff is going on and just like not mention it at all when it's like a huge thing that the community is talking about. But I'm not here to like litigate, the moral position that you should be on or anything like that. I'm just relaying that, I know everything that's going on, and there's a lot more than that's going on. Not such chaotic negative stuff. But that we'll probably just get to at the end of this update, because I'm sure it'll probably be mentioned in the news post somewhere. So I know that was such a like non-related thing and like right in the middle of this video, but holy shit, everything started happening at once. So I was like, okay, well, I should probably at least mention that before we just keep reading the story. Anyway, this was the last page we left off on. We met Ly'lac, the nymph, who is adorable and I love her. So next, we have Ly'lac install Chaos, or KOS. Weren't you reading? TC already remotely installed the program while you were ignoring them. A totally wholesome and not creepy invasion of privacy. What a chum. So we got Chaos right here. Okay, wise ass, set up Chaos. I like that some of these are in Terezi's typing. No need to be rude. The setup interface looks pretty simple. You can just drag and drop Naglink directly into the program and... fuck! What happened? What did that say? Fulminate? The cursor freaked out. What are the rest of these options? Fuse. Excise. I also saw people pointing out that this is probably going to be a 6-person session because there are the 6 little lines before the arrow here. So I didn't even pick up on that, but that's a good catch. What we got here? Chaos is enlarging resonance, equalizing karmic. We have such sights to show you? That's Hellraiser. Launching chaos. Oh. Through the unknown, we'll find the new. Welcome, Gavage Cunctation. We are happy to receive you. I have to like... What the fuck? Drag and drop Naglink onto chaos. Okay, instilling chaos. Billowing fractals. Priming, rehashing bifurcations, lurking at the threshold, augmenting convergence, enlarging resonance, equalizing karmic ruptures. And then what was the rest of the stuff that was there? So we got profile peers inbox, exhume peer, command list, server find, search ID, something. I couldn't even read that. You accidentally blew up chaos. Luckily, it looks like there's a second file already here. You very carefully drop Chaos directly into the program, and it imports all your settings, friends, chat history, file attachments, biodata. Wow, TC thought of everything. You guess you should probably check that other message. I want to see what the other little UI stuff was. Bellow, chat, exhume peer, theme set, and developer. Okay. Ly'lac, also, I love the fucking ASCII art going on. Ly'lac, check other message. Pale Horse Dark Geniuses, Chaos Server Client. Oh my god, it's fucking Discord, isn't it? It's not quite Discord. It's clearly like an older, like IRC type chat, but the fact that there are like servers and stuff. Let's not. Looks like you've been included in some sort of public server for the game. Wow, that's an absurd amount of people. Are they all TC's friends? They all seem to be arguing. It's pretty discordant in here. Go fuck yourself. General, open this fucking pit up. Oh, there's too much going on to even read. I saw the word fruitista. Multimillionaires. You think the bad guy? What the fuck is happening? Yeah, this is like scrolling a Homestuck Discord. Oh my god. Threads. We have rules general, PhDG, etc. TC is in here. Cloistered connoisseur, augury aside. Agamemnon's theory, champion's tirade. And then crossed out, you have roided wrinkler. And looks like auto something. Can't quite tell. Rules 0. Do what you want shall be the whole of my law. Ly'lac, you can go ahead and pop over to the mod channel. Pale Horse Dark Geniuses. You skim the rules channel and notice a special message addressed to you. Right. Mod chat. Does he expect you to be in charge of all these strangers? The ability to moderate messages, to report, ban, and kick as you see fit? Who would want to hold that kind of power over others? Who could? Not you, that's for sure. Ly'lac, check other messages for real this time. Seriously, for real. Oh, fine. You tab over to your nag gaggle. Or you would, if it was still there. You guess it's a peer tab now. How banal. You mentally prepare yourself to read a garrulous wall of maroon nonsense. Let's see what she's on about today. Got a message from augury aside. Adrift. Block silence peer. Instigate. Allies and otherwise. Oh. Spooky. Show nag log. Alright, augury aside began nagging gavage cunctation. Grand rising, queen. Let us get these starch-based fuel units. I urge thee to respond as soon as thou art not busy, which should be immediate, as thou art like never busy. And with today's deliciously malicious circumstances being as they are, I'd gamble that thee even awoke before midday. Egads. And thou know how loath I am to gamble. What is this even? Today, my dear dark sister, we have been called to fulfill a destiny most glorious. In preparation of this, allow me to remind thee of a few adamantine truths to keep thy upper organon on the track to success. Ignoring me may give thee momentary peace, but it will not save thee. The work of the heretical ungulates may bring thee mindless amusement, but it will not save thee. Not even those garish scroll cells so pertinaciously claimed to be art can save thee from the wrath of fate. The last part about thy cartoons was simply a bit of mocking jest. Thy hobbies and interests are valid, my friend. Heart? But... What? What? Huh? Is that like a fucked up heart? But fate's furious fist does indeed approach with intent to kill. To kill thee, in particular. As sure as the narwhal's finale is said to fall on deaf ears. The translation is oft debated, though I should know better than to tell thee of all nymphs. Ultimately, word as my bond, nothing can save thee. But this hath always been the case. As thee well know, death is never the end. The stage is set, it is merely time to perform. These are countless forces working against my success, but we will overcome them all. Can thou not feel the sensation churning within thee, the power of thy necrotic liquid Nubian destiny pulsing its way from thine inkstone, slowly redefining thy very being? Thy grand metamorphosis has begun, and with it comes newfound powers. How glorious! Truth be told, the thought alone sends a shiver down my visceral column. As thy elder by several syzygic recitals, I feel obligated to be involved in thy newest developmental period. Yes, how gracious of me, I know. Thou may feel free to rejoice as thee please. However, merely watching thy ascension from seed to sapling has been reward enough for me. Our master and friend relationship has always been dear to me. Oh, to be young again. Oh, Ly'lac, I jest, I merely jest. The jest being I see myself as thy master. In a way, we are each other's masters in this beautiful game we call friendship. Tangentially speaking, isn't it odd how our age is measured in tidal turns despite it being a smaller unit of sublunary mensuration than syzygic recitals? How annoying! Nymph culture is quite frustratingly arbitrary at times. Anyway, take a gander outside, and thou may see the gifts I've sent arriving. One large and sentimental, along with one small and practical. I have no doubt they will please thee greatly. They will assist thee in thy newest journey. It's something I know thou hast wanted for possibly untold ages. There is no need to thank me, however. Such base indulgences are beneath me. No matter how thee prostrate thyself before me and finally profess thy undying appreciation for all I do, have done, and will continue to do for thee, it will not move me. I will, however, require a hasty response. I found myself in a situation to which a violent resolution is approaching. Hello. Ly'lac. Thou must respond soon. There are motions we need to synchronize which require a dialogue to do so. Dialogue meaning a series of words exchanged between two individuals, as they well know. Respond to my messages. Augury aside is now beholding Gavage Cunctation. I am watching from my orb now. Come to the screen and respond to my messages. Stop looking at those posters. They are no different from the last time thee saw them. Ly'lac, I have need of thee. Ly'lac of the final applause, I require thy response immediately. When I said there are countless forces working against my success, I must admit I was disguising the truth. That was actually a gross exaggeration. The forces are quite countable. The main force impeding my success is thee. Can thee just sit down at the fucking computer and help me? Fuck you. Augury aside's orb has been lost to her. Okay. She's a fucking Redditor. Even complete with the, what is it? As sure as the narwhal's finale is said to fall on deaf ears. We got mentions of narwhals. We got misuse of Old English. We have... oh, man. Oh, what an annoying motherfucker. The spamming the text without getting a response. Oh, boy. AA. Now she's mad at you again. For no reason. This is clearly all happening because you are cursed. Maybe if you make good on at least one request she made of you, she won't complain anymore. Actually, you know that is not true. She will complain so much more. You should go see what all this gifts talk is about. What all this gift talks about. Maybe you won't immediately destroy them. Knowing her, she probably hexed the package with an anti-piracy incantation so no one other than you could receive them. Ly'lac, check window. Oh, the gift. It's like floating in the air. You take a look out the window and observe your surroundings. Using the pair of panoptics that lay above your mantle, you take advantage of your innate ability to see through water. It is currently low tide, and your recluse hollow peaks safely above the cruel electronic shorting churn of the ocean below. You grew up in a sherbherb on the delta of the river Nile in what is known as a catacomplex. It's where the older nymphs go to die. As many as it can fit, at least. It's one of the nicer ones, too. Most of them aren't this close to the surface. You arrived here in a manner typical of the myriad enigmatic and unsettling circumstances nymph children ordinarily arrive in their semi-forever homes. What is this? It's the fucking, like, horror terror squid princess that Rose got, but, like, as a nurse. Looks like the caretaker is receiving the package. She's not your caretaker. Well, she is. She's called that because she is the caretaker of the catacomplex's lifers. Adult nymphs often drop their epitaphs in favor of titles. You hope to do the same one day, as you aren't really a fan of yours. The caretaker attempts one of her classic coddle texts, heartfelt greeting. This is such a funny animation. Fucking waving is so stupid looking. Looks at you with my big autistic eyes. Not today. Boom. Uh-oh. Ly'lac, check on caretaker. It appears she's inked herself again. Inked herself. And that's where we're left off. Okay. So we've seen the caretaker. Saw a bit more about the actual environment that Ly'lac is living in. So she's underwater, but near the surface. Seems like these homes probably span, like, quite dramatically vertically through the water. So that's interesting. I'm wondering if all the caretakers are, squid-like in this way, or if they each look different in the way that the Lucy did. Cool. Yeah, this is fun. This is a really good demonstration of, like, it's just fun shenanigans, and it's just a bunch of funny, like, kind of mundane stuff happening, but it's using that opportunity to actually get us introduced to this world very dynamically. I like it a lot. So that's all for the update. Let's read the monthly check-in of August 2025, which was written by Kim. Hey fellas, Kim here for your monthly check-in. Wow, I usually don't come around these parts, so this is new for me, lol. But anyways, lots of exciting new things just got introduced this month. A new species, the Phanantinuum, the forums are back, an animated pilot trailer, Napeta, Lil Mr. Gamby. I hope you guys have been enjoying the silly antics of our dearly beloved Ly'lac. It feels so thrilling to finally have everyone meet her. We've been cooking on these funny little guys for over 2 years now. You don't know how hard it has been having to contain our excitement for these couple of years. Though the observant fan has probably noticed we've been dropping tiny hints about them throughout our comic and Patreon commentaries anyway. It has been especially has especially been so fun browsing the sparkly new Fruity Rumpus forums and seeing fans speculating about nymphs so far. Nymphsonas, alien biology speculation, theory crafting. It truly is just like the good old Homestuck days. Have you guys been having fun exploring the forums? I know I have. The team behind FRAF are really putting the legwork into improving the site and making it a fun, interactive hub and community for fans to continually visit. It's truly what I've missed about the old internet, honestly, which I agree. There is something about just a good old-fashioned forum that really is difficult to match with any kind of social media. No social platform, and that includes even Discord. Even though Discord has stuff like threads, nothing quite matches the categorization and like structure of an old school forum. And I think places like that really still have a place in a lot of fandom spaces. And I wish like more communities would have actual active forums like that, because it's something I really always like having. Also, how about that Homestuck animated pilot trailer, huh? Now, for all the times people have asked if Homestuck is an anime, you can finally answer, technically, still no. But it is a cartoon. Aside, it's so awesome that the production behind it are already longtime Homestuck fans, and not to mention, the whole cast and crew behind it are an all-star roundup. Yeah, I got fucking Toby Fox doing John Egbert. It's so funny. Damn, it truly is a labor of love for the work. I can't wait to see what the Spindleroo crew ends up making. If you haven't watched that, you should go check that out. It's insane. I can't believe that's actually happening. It's the studio that made Has Been in Helluva are animating it. It's a longtime Homestuck fan co-writing it along with, I guess, Andrew Hussey himself. Toby Fox is voicing John Egbert and doing music for it. And they have some other very prolific voice actors that have been in a lot of like video games and anime and stuff doing some of the other characters. So I'm actually thoroughly excited for it. A lot of people have been worried because Homestuck is kind of an unadaptable work in a certain way. It takes such advantage of the webcomic medium that like you can't really do a perfect adaptation of it. But I'm excited kind of because of that, instead of in spite of it. I think that seeing how some of these things will be creatively adapted into different things, like I already saw, they're taking like Pester Chum and turning it into a sort of like flip phone voice calling client, which I think is like, that's exactly what I would do if I was trying to animate Homestuck. I think that's a very creative solution that changes the source material but keeps the spirit of it. And that's really what I want, is like, you can change as much as you want, but I'm interested to see how you change things and those things still keep the spirit of the original, if that makes sense. So I'm just really excited for it. And personally, I hope it just gets greenlit for a full series, because fuck it. It would be really fun to check out and see what they can do with it. Let's see. Now what's upcoming? The Aradia and Solix makeshift campaigns just finished up, so look forward to those goobers arriving on your doorstep around early November. But when's the next one? You think somewhere just in time for the holiday season, another couple of chumps could be peering their little plush heads around the corner. We've also got a couple of other new collabs cooking behind the scenes. I feel like we always do at this point, but that's because we're doing this for you, the fans, and also us, the fans. Of course, I can't say just yet, as there's still a work in progress, but of course, once we get something more pretty and presentable to show y'all, we'll properly announce the details then. Look forward to it. TLDR, check out the Homestuck animated pilot trailer, expect the new roundup of makeshift plushies around the holiday season, new collabs in motion. Do you love Ly'lac? The Homestuck train just keeps on chugging. It just keeps happening. And what's crazy is since then, something new has happened as well, because they also launched an official Homestuck Discord And they announced that they're actually fully relaunching Homestuck.com soon. And the way that they're going to do it, because not all of the flashes and all of the more complex things for the later comic are quite done yet, they're going to be kind of using the Discord in tandem with the website to do a re-release of all of Homestuck and basically put out little batches of updates one at a time, just in a far accelerated rate from the original release schedule, so that the comic will be coming out over the next few months, and that'll give them time to finish up the functionality for the later stuff as the earlier stuff is coming out. I think that's an extremely smart and fun solution to not having everything done already, because it kind of is in the spirit of Homestuck to have these batches of updates. So really awesome idea. I am personally excited to probably catch up with that as it's coming out and just, experience the comic again along with everybody else. So really exciting stuff. There's a lot happening. Some bad, a lot of it good. So no matter how you look at it, things are quite lively in Homestuck spaces right now, more than I've seen them since before I was into Homestuck. I only got into Homestuck, as you may know, like less than 2 years ago, and things were not this active when I got in. I haven't seen this much stuff happening for Homestuck for like years and years and years before I was even into it. So it's it's a pretty exciting time. There's a lot going on. That does it for this month. So I hope you've enjoyed my journey through all of the content for August. I hope you like this new update structure, doing monthly videos as opposed to per update. I think it's probably going to work out well, and I am going to keep doing it for the time being and see how it works out. So I hope to see you in some of my other videos and series, because I do drop a new video on the channel every other day. Right now we're doing some Devil May Cry, some Deltarune, Elden Ring. So, if you're interested in any of that, then go ahead and check that stuff out. But, if you're just here for Homestuck, then I guess I'll see you next month for the September content. I'll see you later.